That feels pretty natural. I mean, the ship is going to be flying by this whole time until this last little part of the sequence. So it really doesn't bother me at all. Let's take a look at it from the camera view. So once again, he's just kind of going along with the ship. And that's a pretty simple scene, okay? So let's go ahead and save. All right. Now let's talk about the next shot. So if we come over to the end, 299 goes to 300. And on frame 300, we want him to begin his move to his hands on his hips, okay? So if we take a look here, once again, let's go back to our perspective view. And we take a look, he's going to jump in position pretty harshly there. So let's butt that up. And let's take a look at what the hands do. They go from a down position to an up position on the hips. And then at the end, they go down to more of a relaxed pose. So I like to take a look at what's coming next after that. And the next after that is the hurt and breaks. And you can see he's jumped way over here in his position on this clip, okay? So we're going to use the match function, which we discussed earlier, to combine them. But I just kind of like to look at what the very first frame of that's going to look like. Frame start and end. And then I'm going to go one frame forward. And I'm going to, once again, cut right there. And if I come down and zoom in, I'm just going to delete that first frame, okay? Typically, that's the T-pose, and sometimes it'll get messed up, so I suggest you go ahead and get rid of it right away. But I like to see what it's doing here at the end, arms down, and then at the beginning of the next clip, arms up, even though they're not in the right position. The arms are still down. So once again, I'm on 298. So I'm going to analyze what happens between these two clips. Okay, so let's take a look a little bit closer. And I want to look at the feet because I'm going to try to figure out where I'm going to match on. I think I'm going to match, in this case, on the left foot. So I'm going to grab match, and I'm going to say left foot, and then okay. Now, it should stay in position, but he kind of jumps, doesn't he? Okay. Well, I want him to jump right to when his hands are here before they settle. So I'm going to select the clip, and I'm going to edit that as well. Now I'm going to butt those two up. And we'll see that he jumps pretty drastically. And so what I want to do is do a nice little blend between the two. Okay. Now let's take a look at those two clips and audition them. Okay, I don't like the way that that edited. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this out. I'm going to make a clip of that. And then I'm going to paste it out here. So I want that arm crossing action to happen starting about here. Give myself plenty of room here to work with. I'm going to just lengthen that clip a little bit further. And then I'm going to bring my hands on the hip to cross over right there. And wait till that shot ends. So actually I want that to be more like having just finished right about there. So once again, I'm going to pull out the timing of that clip and bring it over like that. So it goes to the shot, and then he comes out of it right there before the end. Okay? I think I'll merge that just a little bit further. And then let's see it in real time. Select our clips, frame start and end, and play. That feels pretty natural. And once again, that last little drop, we'll barely even see it. It'll be in the background. But it's kind of cool. And gives him some life, even in that little short little scene or short little shot. All right, let's go back and look through our camera again. So there he goes zipping by. All right, so there's Cammy getting set to jump off the back. Go ahead and make a cut there. I'm going to enable clip scaling and then drag it out. He turns over to look at her. Jump off. Okay, so if we look at this from the perspective view again, and we take a look at it, first thing that we want to do is we want to match that. So once again, let's take a look at which foot is dominant over here. Looks like left. And then it goes to his kind of right dominance. So let's go ahead and mix this one to the right foot. All right, and now we can butt them up together. As you can see, he's going to turn to look at her. And then he's going to go into the breaking part of it. So we want to cut that clip short. Razor, delete. And then let's take a look at how that works. So we barely see him turn his head, but it's got to happen right there. So I'm going to go ahead and shorten this clip up. By just doing a nice long blend. Pretty close. Bring it over a little bit more. So there is when he turns. We might adjust the camera on that, but that's when he turns, when she jumps. And he stays looking at her. And then he's going to, when he gets complete, there's this kind of shock. And there he's pretty much solid. Let's go ahead and clip that. Copy. Paste. That girl's going to get herself hurt doing that. So let's jump over to 705. Go ahead and cut. Razor and delete those last two.